Hello, folks. You're watching an excerpt from a live stream. Today, we're going to talk about my selection. If you had to pick one of the following, of each of the following, one niche fragrance for life only, one designer fragrance for life only, one cheapie fragrance, and one clone. So the clones tend to be cheapies, but the cheapie has to be a non-clone, if you see what I mean. So we'll have four. Before we get into the main video, guys, don't forget my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com. Go there and use my code SMELLY2025 for 25% off an amazing array of designer and niche fragrances. My recommended USA-based site is decantboutique.com, and there your code is SMELLY10 for 10% off. Both sites have an amazing range of scents for you to try and are highly personally recommended by me and linked in the description of this video. Audience, I want your suggestions. The more detail you can give me in there, the better. But if you just list the four for this one, I think it'll be absolutely fine. Got to be kind of obvious here. If I had to pick one niche fragrance, the one that sort of most excited me the most within my first 6 months of discovering this hobby, or even less, has to be Bois de Portugal from Creed. I think it's exquisite. I know it's maybe a little bit attenuated now in the modern formula, but it's everything I love in a fragrance. It's got green bergamot, lavender, vetiver, sandalwood officially, I think, and it's just magnificent. And the Creed ambergris is in there too. Absolutely astonishingly great old money, old library vibes, old dusty old bookshelf. Frank Sinatra apparently wore it. It's just magnificent. It's everything I love in a green semi-barbershop. Some people even call it a fougere, but I don't think it. I think it's a woody aromatic. I don't know how we define it. Absolutely amazing stuff. Creed's Bois de Portugal would have to be my niche choice. I was going to annoy everybody and say one of our own brands, so I will, as an honourable mention, especially for this time of year. I'm really coming around and realising how amazing Arezzo from Norton & Wilson is. Absolutely stunning fragrance. So Arezzo from Norton & Wilson with brandy, orris butter. It's got mandarin in there too. We've got patchouli. We've got real Cambodian oud, but it's not an oud heavy. It's not oud heavy. It does almost have a sort of barbershop dapper feel about it, as so many of our fragrances tend to do, but so much more, a little bit different. Amazing work from the perfumer John Stevens. So Arezzo from Norton & Wilson, on an emotional level, could be another choice for me. nortonandwilson.com, you can get that one. We'll get a special offer if you want to at the moment, just for the duration of this stream. Go to nortonandwilson.com and use the code Arezzo15 only for the next half hour or so, and you get 15% off that one. Our UK site is just down for a little bit. Everything is listed as out of stock. It will be back up in a few days. No problem. Sorry about that if you're in the UK, but for USA and Canadian customers, Arezzo15 will get you 15% off. Okay, now then, let's move on down the chat. If you had mods, would you help them put up a poll? You can do that. Yeah, I don't think you can do a poll that would allow people to just say what they like. Like you can have a sort of yes or no poll or three alternative choices. But yeah, I could do that, but we're not going to at this point. But it's a good idea. Okay. So let's keep going, guys. We want your choices in the chat down there. Okay, here we go. Varanis Ridari, thank you so much. Niche, Bois de Portugal. We agree. Which is good, isn't it? Designer, Azaro Porom, 1978 classic. One of the original barbershop style fragrances. Beautiful scent with anise, lavender, oak moss, and that real retro vibe. Still pretty good in the semi-modern formula that I've got. Cheapie, Avon Black Suede. Thank you. Haven't heard of that one. Great. And he says clone would be Lamani Porom. Early clone of Dracar Noir, but very different from it. More lemon and woodiness. Oh, thank you. Lamani Porom. Absolutely great list there. Varanis Radari, we appreciate that. Here we go. This is what we want. And this is something where the audience can assist us in actually making a more... I want to do a video where the fact that I'm doing it live actually brings us something that I couldn't bring on my own because you guys have fragrances I don't know. So let's keep going on down the chat. Toncon says designer, platinum egoist. Yes, not everyone. That's almost the ugly duckling of the more 80s, 90s, 70s, and prior to that, fragrances from Chanel. But and some people, it's a love or hate. It's a Marmite fragrance. I think it's good. Platinum egoist from Chanel. A sort of barbershop semi-metallic edge to that one. Again, lavender, lots of green fresh notes, and this soapy, even semi-metallic edge to it. which I think is perfectly pleasant. And I did try it in the store actually the other day to check out the modern formula. I think it's still rather good. We have Green Irish Tweed for your niche choice. You can't go wrong with that one. That is, of course, from the illustrious House of Creed, 1985. Pierre Bourdon, the perfumer. Wonderful smell of kind of melancholy walk in the Irish countryside, and an air of faded aristocratic grandeur in that one. A beautiful fragrance for all seasons, in my opinion, but it goes really well in the springtime. Cheapie, then, he goes for Versace Eau Très Fresh. Do I know? Is that Versace Man Eau Fresh, or is there one that I haven't heard of? Could you just clarify? But I think you might be talking about that blue one that is very nice, aquatic, with a famous star fruit note that nobody knows what. No one knows what star fruit smells like. But then reviewers go, yes, and that star fruit really adds an interesting twist. And they don't know what star fruit smells like, and it probably doesn't have star. You know what I mean? But anyway, I do like it, so thank you. Avon, Gary Saul. Don't mock Avon. It's a perfectly illustrious house. Here we go. Chief Wiggum. I like cold red grape juice made with fancy grapes minus alcohol. I'm still looking for the virgin cold pressed variety. Okay. Yeah, this guy that I was mentioning, his name I've completely forgotten. Anyway, the influencer that I was mentioning, Tom Gilby, tried a non-alcoholic wine as well. He compared it to this actually. Sort of what's the difference? Unfortunately, he said that the non-alcoholic one he tried smelled like Ribena mixed with an animal's urine. I can't remember which animal. I think it was a rat. Toncon, sorry, Mano Fresh. Okay, Versace Mano Fresh, the famous one in the blue bottle. It is really nice. It is really good. You're going on a summer holiday or something. You don't really want to. You just want to not think about fragrances for a week, maybe. Just take that. You'll be fine. If you have a suitcase, not a carry-on, because you can't take an amount over 100 ml on a carry-on anymore, which is really annoying. Carl Anderson, niche, Tom Ford Tobacco Oud. Interesting. I think that's the one. Jeremy Fragrance always said it's venomous, polarizing fragrance. And he famously confronted Tom Ford about it, didn't he? And Tom Ford, well, thank you for liking and hating my fragrance at the same time or something. It was very good. Designer, Dior Fahrenheit EDT. Greggy Boy 76 would perhaps agree. That is a true masterpiece, and that's what perfumery is all about. A really unique composition at the time, defied categorization in about 88, I think. So good choice. A little bit of a petroleum vibe there. I'm trying to give viewers there a little idea of how they smell. So kind of petroleum, rich petroleum and leather kind of combination. Really, really good. Cheapie. So Irish Mousse. I have that, and I didn't care for the one I've got. I don't know if they've messed around with the formula. Didn't quite do it for me, but hey, thank you. And yeah, that's a good call, actually. Clone there, Duas River Fougère. That's a Rive Gauche pour Homme clone. I'll see if I can grab my Rive Gauche without exposing anything you should see. Not that I'm naked, because I'm not, or half naked. Rive Gauche pour Homme, yes, the classic barbershop gem, 2003 release, long discontinued, from Yves Saint Laurent. And I must say, yeah, the Rive Gauche clone there from the House of Dua, River Fougère, which I do have in the cupboard up there. Absolutely excellent. So nice choices. Thank you so much. Devil's Advocate goes with a niche selection of Parfums de Marly Layton. Let us know why. That's a great choice. So many people love that one. It's Sam says, niche Royal Oud. Great fragrance. Doesn't smell much of oud, but it has beautiful cedarwood, crisp, citrusy opening, pink pepper accord in there, some galbanum. Really good. Quite a fresh fragrance. Fresh and woody. A beautiful cedarwood accord. So not a bad choice at all. Designer's Zaharoff Signature. Great all-rounder, actually. The first in the relaunched Zaharoff range that started being back half a decade or so ago, maybe a bit longer than that now, but so they were around way back, I think, and then they're back again. So Zaharoff Signature, I do like that one too. Cheapie Missoni Wave, don't have that one. And clone is Milestone. That's Club de Nuit Milestone from Armaf. He's discussing there, guys. So if you're watching this and you're not super in deep with the fragrance game, you may not know about that. But Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man, the most famous and one of the original clones of Creed's Aventus, and then they cloned or paid homage, let's say, to the wonderful Millesime Imperial from the House of Creed with a fragrance called Milestone, which is remarkably similar, but about twice as strong, I find. So really good. Thank you so much. It's Sam for the great recommendation. Excuse me. Mike, Venezuelan starfruit is my favorite kind of starfruit. Me too, Mike. Yeah, exactly. Ecuadorian starfruit. Forget it. Now, Tonkon. Yes, the original Mano Fresh. Smells like sun-kissed skin in a swimming pool. Very happy and holiday-like. I wish I could smell some sun-kissed skin in a swimming pool, but last time I tried that, they kicked me out. But anyway, here we go. The Devil's Advocate. Niche. Parfums Damali Leighton. Popular choice. Wait, no, same person again, isn't it? Sorry. Designer. Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb. Cheap one. Mont Blanc Star Walker. Yeah, that's quite a nice all-round freshie. Good selection. I like it. All right, let's keep on down the chat. Here we go. Niche Zerjoff Richwood. I'm actually not familiar with that one. Thank you for the selection. They're good. Designer Tom Ford Beau de Jour. Yeah, that's excellent. Really good. Just a total textbook, brilliant aromatic fougere. Love it. Cheaper. Yeah, like a cheapie, but it is designer. Yep, that's fine. Versace L'Homme. Oh, okay. You don't mean Versace Pour Homme, you mean L'Homme, the sort of vintage 84 release. Okay. And your clone selection is Club de Nuit Intense Man. Of course, a perfectly acceptable homage to Aventus. For the money, it'll do you a great job. I'm just going to put myself off camera for one moment. And then I shall reappear. Thank you so much. Beautiful day. Love it. So let us know in the comments down below whether you're enjoying these selections. Why wouldn't you be? And here we go. And let us know in the comments also your version of how you would play out this list. Tom Corn says, one fragrance I own and love, but it's impossible to find, is Gant Summer from 2008. One of the nicest fresh fragrances I've encountered. Thank you. Okay, if I don't read all of these out, just highlighting the ones that are particularly relevant to what we're talking about, guys. Nightmare 456, thank you so much for the selections here. Niche Acqua di Parma, Myrto di Panaria. Beautiful fragrance. Forgive me if I'm wrong. That's Myrtle is the accord, and one of the Blue Mediterraneo series. And really, really, really nice stuff. Really good. Dior Fahrenheit Absolute, which is also really good. That's the discontinued one, I think, isn't it? Yes, there's Fahrenheit Parfum, but Fahrenheit Absolute, I think it had a little bit of an incense thing. So discontinued, but that's a completely great choice. He goes Cheapie with CK1. Can't go wrong. And he goes with a clone of Maison Alhambra Porto Neroli. That's the same one I've got, isn't it? Okay, I'll quickly rattle off my other ones now then. I didn't have to think too much. So my designer, I've done my niche one would be Bois de Portugal from Creed, which we mentioned earlier. My designer, I know it's discontinued, but you can still pick them up. It's got to be Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Homme, the original 1994 release Eau de Toilette. And if you can find one with these stickers on them, it's exquisite. Citrus, a little twist of tobacco in there, beautiful herbal accords, vetiver and white woods. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I have fragrances that I might like as much. I don't have a better fragrance than that, niche or otherwise. It's amazing. Love it. My cheapie, I'm gonna have to be honest because I've put my money where my mouth is. I've had about 4 bottles. This Agua de Colonia Concentrada, classic from Spain from the early 20th century, originally concentrated eau de Cologne, and this is beautiful lavender, oranges, and lemons. And performance is really good. You get whopping great bottles for good prices online. Agua de Colonia Concentrada from the house of Alvarez Gomez. That is a real cheapie. And I did go with you there, Nightmare, with Maison. I think they've changed the name, though. Maison Alhambra, now called Pacific Blue. Perhaps there was a legal issue there. I think it's the same fragrance, so it smells very, very similar to Neroli Portobello. And again, I've bought this only 3 months ago or less, and I've used most of 125ml bottle, I think. It's a large bottle anyway. It's 100ml at least. So there you go. That's my selection. We'll do a few more from the audience. Let us know what you think in the chat down there and in the comments if you're watching it after time. Here we go. Brian Norris, Parfums de Marly Herod, indeed. Fahrenheit Parfum, another variant of the wonderful Fahrenheit, and that one is really good. A little bit more vanilla and a little bit less rugged and petroleum-like, but not in any way dumbed down. It's got a certain sophistication of its own. And I think it was Bertrand... no, it wasn't. It was Francois Demachy who gave us that update not too many years ago. Bogart Pour Homme, great cheapie. Bogart Pour Homme, about 15 quid. The cliched description, which I won't stray from, is that it is a combination of, or smells like a combination of, Jean-Paul Gaultier Lamal, and Mugler Pure Havane. So you've got a little bit of tobacco, lavender. It's very strong. It's very good. And Club de Nuit Intense Man, very popular clone. You can't go wrong. Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf. So there you go. I think we will draw that section of the video to a close there. So thank you very much for watching us here in the recorded video that viewers will be watching back tomorrow or at some point after that. If you want to see what else happened in this live stream, you'd have to become a channel member. Yes, that's right, guys. And become a channel member, and all the live streams do stay up there. They don't stay up very long after they happen on the air, but we have had a really great selection of suggestions from our esteemed members in the chat there, and thank you so much, guys. We will see you in the next episode. This live stream is continuing a little bit longer, but if you are watching the recording, we'll see you next time. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And although unfortunately life really can stink sometimes, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye bye.